Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is our last bit of coverage for this season of Power Book for Force, our live show where we hope you all come through tonight. Spend a lovely hour with us as we get ready to talk about the top three things from this episode, maybe even the season. I don't know what we got in store tonight. We're going to see. But we're going to do what we do, and we'll be back 1 second. Good people, Lucas and Niger here of Big Obel Media cover the finale episode of Power Book for Force. This episode is titled Power, Powder, Respect. Directed by Dion, Tayler, written by Gary Lennon and Amelia, Swedeen. And this is our live show. I know our live show, our live recap. Yeah, I know that was live. We know it too. I'm still tired from it. But as y'all already know, this is our hour special where we are ready to engage with you all. So you make sure y'all are hot in the comments tonight. And we're going to cover the three must talk about plot points, drama, rumors, whatever it may be.
There you go.
Episode 10. And hopefully I clear some of those things up with you all. We dropped some bangers of interviews. We got the one with Dion Tayler, the director of this episode. We got one by the writer of this episode, Gary Lennon, who's also the showrunner. And then fresh off the press, we got my man Joseph Sikora, Mr. Tommy Egan himself, in an interview, which I got to tell you, just pulling back the curtains a little bit. I was given like an allotted time. And after I looked at the clock, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of past that time that they gave me. So I was kind of trying to cram in everything I had. But I definitely had so many more questions. But it's just like that with Joseph. Me and Lucas, we've met Joseph numerous times. We hung out with him numerous times. He's a stand-up person, and sometimes I forget I actually got to do a job when talking to him, because other times he just want to kind of BS with him. But he's definitely one of my favorites. And also, shout out to, first of all, folks, make sure y'all go send him some love. Him and the folks on Power just recently had somebody a part of the Power universe pass. So Joseph came on Twitter to kind of talk about that a little bit. I'm not even going to give the time of day to the fan that was trolling him. But by all means, as he's mentioned, he's a human. We're humans. Go send him some love, man. And everybody in the Power universe that may be connected to the passing of this particular member. I'm not familiar with them, so I can't name drop per se. But that's the least we can do as fans, is to make sure that we uplift each other. So, but anyway, I'm done talking because I talk too damn much. Lucas, how you doing tonight?
Now let's tear down everybody. Oh man. Oh well. I almost forgot we were doing this because my body is still mad at me for staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning to record that other live that we did. So I'm good. I'm good. This has been a weekend that for some odd reason everything's a blur. Can't remember anything.
It's been a weekend.
I slept
for sure.
15 hours on Friday after doing that, and then my body was like, "Yeah, I want to do nothing else. I'm just tired."
Yeah. Hey, I just want to, everybody in the comments, what's up to everybody? We're definitely going to go through the comments in a little bit. We do have a super chat, so I might as well just go ahead and jump on that one really quick. The usual, now officially a part of the fam, DeMarcus Vaughn, always coming through with the super chat. $5 super chat tonight with, why didn't Claudia call Elise when she got roped up by the feds? Because Elise would have called Claudia's lawyer for her.
I'm assuming, and I'm just going to assume it here, that, with that one phone call, I guess she wanted to call her partner to like get business together. You're 1,000% right. I mean, that would make no sense because Elise is also involved in their business. So you could have called her to do everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a control thing possibly with Claudia. Like she's in jail, but she still feels I'm in control of everything. So I don't know if I need to lean on anybody for help. And if you think that way, it's a chance that she's not gonna call Elise to help get her out of her situation. She's probably thinking, I got this. I know what to do. I'm gonna call Shanti. We're gonna get our business together. Then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna post bail. I'm gonna get Shanti to give me the money to post bail, and then I'm escape. And
Yeah.
clearly, that was not the right way of thinking.
Yeah, it's a good question. I also think too, we also got to kind of go back. I don't know, maybe 4 episodes. Shanti's resourceful too, so I think, with in doubt, if you knew you had to call that one person that's going to handle it, like if I got on something, I know I can call Lucas and it's all good. I definitely know I got some friends that I probably could call, should even call first, but I'm not confident that they're going to be able to handle it in all extent. So I think it's got to be one of those type of
Mhm.
things where it's like, yeah, at least kind of knows the business. She is kind of in it, but like, do she actually know how to move here? Like, and again, I've never been in a situation like this, but could it have been something where it's like, I need somebody who's going to give the truth, and at
Yeah.
least I actually just give the truth about what's happening. And it could be one of
Mhm.
those type of things. But I think it's a great question. Obviously, we can sit here and
And does
speculate.
Claudia have a lawyer? Like we've never seen her use an attorney before.
Yeah, the
I
the
don't know. I
Flynn's
mean,
do,
the Flynn family had one, but I mean,
but they don't use that
does
either,
she
though.
have one? Yeah. I mean, like, Paulie may have called a lawyer once in a while, but
Yeah,
Claudia may thought, I don't need one of those. Some people ain't that smart, even in
yeah,
that business. They be like, man, I don't need no lawyer.
yeah.
Lawyer schmoyer. I got money. I'll pay
Lot,
it. I'll pay everybody off.
lot of us out here still
Hey,
don't know their
look,
rights.
hey, listen, people. That's the first thing you get. I don't care what line of business you're in. You could do legitimate work. You know what you need to have? A lawyer or retainer, because you never know when something's going to go foul.
You damn right about
I
that.
got a couple of them.
Yeah,
I don't play those type of games, Joe.
yep, yep. Damn right. And Claudia in the wheelchair, I doubt it, man. She got to have sex, man. Now, oh well,
I'm
yeah,
about to say,
power wild enough to do it. Never mind. Yeah.
hey, she get bent over that wheelchair in a heartbeat, Joe.
But yeah, I think that
Imagine Elise going
dialysis thing
down
is
on
going to
her
come into
in the
play.
wheelchair. I think that would
Yeah.
be the joke. They would have Elise go down on her in the wheelchair because her legs may not work, but she still got nerve endings in there. So you can just give you the wildest power sex scene in the world.
Yeah.
To 50 Cent, 21 questions. That would be the one. It's Elise going down. You hear that.
Nah,
You're like, oh man,
it's
it's
about
about to go
time.
down.
Have they had Coco Jones play yet? It's about time, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you need like a love scene to play Coco Jones. Like that's
They
gotta.
don't. They, do any of them really call for the music that they're playing?
I mean, Bobby and Stacy would. Well, nah, that was SZA Good Days. That's literally a song that's not romantic at all. You're right. You're right. They don't really
I tell
mix.
you,
The tempo is what they're looking for.
yeah. Music department, you're right about that. You're so right about that. Music
It's
department's
the
like, yo,
tempo only,
we got this joint cleared, bro. What y'all gonna do? They're like, man, shit, we gotta
man.
use that joint.
If
Pipe,
if you got
piping in
Coco
hot,
Jones and you
baby.
get that jump cleared, it better not be like this some random Miguel jumping off on somebody. You play Coco Jones in the background, Joe.
Yeah. But yeah, I give it to you. Everybody in the chat. I mean, let's just throw it in there for a poll per se. Get all the engagement going on tonight. Is Claudia dead? Let's get yeses. Let's get nos. And we'll kind of get a overalling sense
I'm about to say
of,
that's literally one of my questions because that's
yeah,
one of the hottest ones.
yeah. Let's
Is
get it.
Claudia
Let's get
dead?
it. Yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
get
Go
into it right
ahead.
now. I mean, from the outside looking in, and Power does a great job of this. They literally don't show her dying. They showed what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
So the question would be, from everything we've seen in Power, do you think it's even a possibility that Claudia is dead?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so obviously I asked this to Gary, because Gary showrunner, he's the one
Mhm.
that's got the blueprint, but obviously he has a lot of professional press training, so he knows exactly how to answer these to give you a little bit, get you hyped, but also at the same time keep you at bay. And yeah, folks, keep in the comments letting us know, do you think Claudia is dead? Yes or no? Let's spam those comments right now. I say it really does come down contractually. I think you do it in a sense, and I mean this is kind of old school power too, because and I think it was him I said it to, it was somebody I said it to, where it's like old school power. Remember, like if you were loving power since day one, y'all remember where you was on pins and needles, like, man, I hope they get the next season. I hope they get the next season. And then it's like power renewed for one season. It's like, oh, here we go again on pins and needles with it.
Yeah.
And because of that, some of the story arcs really hurt. And like you'll hear about like certain directions. Like at one point they were saying like Dre was not going to be on the show that long. And it was another character they were like was not going to be on the show that long. So it was a sense of like, can we tell a story each season self-contained in case we got to repackage this and send this off somewhere else? The moment you start getting more seasons, like I think it was like season 3 is when they were able to get, I think they got 4 and 5, and then 6 was the last one they got renewed for. So when you know you got multiple seasons, you can tell the story out longer. I say all that to say, we don't have a season 3 announcement yet. Clearly, they got everything ready to go to move forward with it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the next season, you want to be able to you want to be able to have, you know, the possibilities of what characters you can move forward with and what characters you may have to, you know, disband. I mean, Lily deserves a nice check. She's a mainstay. She's a reoccurring character. If you can't bring her back, if you can't get her paid, if it's any of those type of things, you can say, well, that character's gone. And it's good. It worked. But if everything's back to normal and everything financially, budgets, all that's good to go, then you bring her back. You bring her back in a way that makes sense. Because whether y'all like Claudia or not, Claudia is one of the best written characters on Force, and it's not even close. It's Tommy, Kate, and Claudia, top 3 best written characters on this show. And with that investment, there's no way they want to turn her loose unless it's something financially in the terms they can. So I do not think she's dead, because I definitely think they want her back. But if they can't, this is a good arc of saying, we got her, we sent her off in a way that made sense, we're at peace, boom. So
this is one of the things where you can say this is an effect of the strike. Not necessarily because the show didn't get renewed. The effects of the strike is, hey, after these terms come back, we need to see how this budget's going to work. Because clearly everybody getting a raise, because we ain't got no choice but to give everybody a raise. So where can we cut back on people? What's the character that we may love that we may have to let go? And then you set up a cliffhanger like this to say, if we need to move on, or maybe they won't be in all the episodes this coming up season.
Yeah.
Because she got to recover at this point. So even if we leave her alive, it may be 2 or 3 episodes where we won't see her because she's in prison recovering, or what, however they choose to frame that. I think this is one of the, again, main effects of the strike is them saying, hey, let's leave these cliffhangers out here. But it's not just her. I think Maria is the same thing. It's like, okay, we can show you how certain characters are possibly moving on and not give you a big hint about it. I think it's more funny, more hilarious to me that people are quickly to write off Claudia because she got stabbed. Do we not remember Kanan getting burned in a fire and a building falling on top of him and magically him surviving? like it happens. This is power here. Unless you see their eyes close and it's beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're dead. And so that don't even work for y'all. Y'all still think Ghost is alive. He had a funeral. They've read his will, and y'all are still like, nah, Ghost still alive. But Claudia up here, she get like my man in the first Fast and Furious movie. He was the mechanic, and he like got shot, and immediately he died. And Vin Diesel took 4 bullets and was alive with no issue. Y'all just think
you got it.
So fast from Claudia. I think she's a needed character.
Yeah,
and I think that's why they're leaving it as a cliffhanger. It's a good thing to do, as my partner has said. You know, for years this used to be the template for power, because they only renewed year to year, and they still actually are doing that. Technically, only renewing year to year. So that's why we haven't heard anything yet, and because of that, that's why, hey, we could do these cliffhangers and leave you in the dark until we decide to announce something else and show you what we're going to do with this character. But for me, there's no way Claudia's dead.
Yeah. Also, I hope I got that same energy about Monet, because
Monet took 7 shots, Joe. And nobody thinks Monet is
Yeah.
dead. Claudia
Yeah.
got a little 2 time.
Yeah.
And everybody like, yo, no, she's gone.
Yeah,
She's that
exactly.
it's because y'all don't like Claudia. That's what it is.
They really haven't. They
That's all
really
it
haven't.
is.
They
Y'all
really
really
just
want her to
really
be
haven't.
dead. You're like, just let her die. Let her
Yeah.
die. But she's in prison. She got stabbed. Let's just say the
Yeah.
response time for her is going to be a hell of a lot better than it was for Monet. So it's a great chance that Claudia is going to pop up like, what's my boy from BMF? Who also was the same thing. Y'all didn't think
Yeah.
was dead.
Lamar.
I forget. Lamar.
Lamar, yeah.
Thing.
You saw 50 this
Same
you
thing.
saw 50 this hint saying they're gonna do a Lamar spinoff, right?
See what I mean? See what I mean? Is it that when Claudia got stabbed up, y'all needed I Can't Stand the Rain to play? For y'all to be like, oh no, that bitch still alive. That bitch still, you hear that shit? I know she's still alive.
Yeah, man. Y'all hilarious. Yeah, you're right. And I mean, some of these shows have done very monumental numbers on their premieres and their finales. And even with the recipe of finale and premieres on the same night, these shows have really done very good. But like Starz definitely has been on these 1 year optional contracts with all these shows. So
Look, Stars is for sale right now, too. That's the key real part to remember. Stars is for
hey,
sale right now.
there's a
Or
yeah,
let me phrase that. They spent themselves off from the company that owned them. So now they're an independent company. So you're gonna operate a little differently than we've seen them operate in the past. But with Power, it's always been the same thing. It's
yeah.
year to year renewals.
Wait, they're not on the Lionsgate, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they spun off Stars completely from Lionsgate.
Right, but Lionsgate Plus is still the thing in the UK.
Yes.
But that
But
doesn't matter because that's how all
yeah,
overseas things are. Like
yeah.
Netflix
They
is like the
license the
majority for
content to them now.
yeah,
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 instead of
yeah,
owning it, you got to license it.
yeah,
You gotta buy it from us instead of
yeah,
you outright owning the business. But again, it was a move for them. That's why part of the talks was 50 buying, even though I don't know how much money people think 50 Cent got, but people was thinking 50 buying Stars because
yeah,
they knew Stars was going to go for sale.
yeah.
I mean, Tyler Perry may buy it, and then boy, if we get Medea Force, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, listen,
She been an OG. She got guns and
you're
all.
right. And Tyler Perry embraces the power of family, so you know I'm watching that. That's what it's all
Hey,
about.
hey, hey,
You,
all of Tyler Perry's bad shows, if you mix in like Sisters or Brothers or that other show, Ruthless, that for some odd reason, I don't know how the hell that's on television, and you
yeah.
mix that with Power, you're definitely getting Coco Jones and somebody fucking cool. Definitely.
Hey, man. Yeah, but on the note of Tyler Perry though, go check out his is it out yet?
Nah, it comes out Friday, Maxine's Baby, which is
Massing's Baby.
amazing.
That joint had me.
Amazing.
That's oh
Amazing
man.
doc, Joe.
I gotta
I
get my
was
review
crying.
out for that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
thing was
yeah,
tough. I did interviews
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
That thing tough, man.
Yeah. Yeah, new
We can
respect for that dude, man.
a lot of us are the Spike Lees in the Tyler Perry universe where Spike was out here
Yep.
clowning my man, and later on in that documentary, he right up his ass. I'm so proud of you, blah blah blah. A lot of
That's
us
right.
like that, man. A lot of us like that, clowning my man
Hey,
about
hey,
the roles and stuff. And
hey,
man, did he? Whew, y'all gotta check that out. I know
hey,
we
look
sidebar, but
here.
y'all gotta check that
We
out.
talk shit about Tyler Perry. I've seen every Tyler Perry movie. Every
Yeah,
single one of them.
yeah.
Fuck out of
Now
here, Joe.
yeah. My man is a mogul that needs to by the end of that documentary, a lot of people's perspective is going to get put to hush, and that's why I can't even clown him no
Yep.
more. Now. Yeah, the shows are the shows, but I cannot clown him at all, at all. Much respect for the brother. Justin Migas with the $5 super chat, and I'm throwing this question
Mm.
right to you, brother Lucas. Do y'all think DMAT's rant on JP was caused by PTSD because of that Great Shores
Mm.
place? That is a really
Partially.
good
I
question.
would say yes. And not necessarily if the place treated him bad, but just being shipped off there. I think JP hinted towards it that he abandoned his son again. So then you ship him off to this place he knows nothing about without a word. When you do it, yeah, it's gonna be a traumatic experience, even if the place was great, which we know from like hints here and there it wasn't. But even if the place was great, he would still have PTSD from how he got there and for his father abandoning him again. So Of course, I think that plays part of it. The other part of it is that, he's not close with him. Right? You can't come in someone's life late and play the father figure and think they're gonna care. That's not the way this works. So yeah, I think that's a good take to say, yeah. But he was also just mad as hell. He didn't like nobody because he wanted to be in the street. Shorty want to be a thug. Like he can't help it. Like he mad at everybody. He called him the F word. Didn't he call him F word? I think he called him F
Yeah.
word.
Yep.
Yeah, he called him the F word. He told Kate, white bitch, shut up. Like he was so mad, but you can tell it was anger because of the situation, not necessarily his true feelings. But as
Yeah.
they say, when you know things to hurt people, you're gonna use them, especially for people who you've made grown to love and care about. You're gonna use the most hurtful things towards them when you feel they don't care about you.
Yeah. Um, as I said in the interview, it's a come out party for Lucian. A lot of people have really spoke about his talent. The show hasn't really presented that in a way. And again, I'm not sure how old he is, but I'm pretty confident he's playing a character younger than him. So he's wearing the
Yeah,
maturity very high. But like, with me, with acting, when you get a long enough resume, people like to say like, particular people getting their chops in. I know sometimes that's like attested to like comedy moments in
yeah,
it. But for me, I attest chops to like when you get your moments, when you do what you do best. And I mean, like you could look at the greats, Denzel, Samuel Jackson, so on and so on. You like, when they in groove, when they about to do what they do. It's good to see Lucian show some range, really step outside the sphere of just being this immature kid, trying to figure out where he placed in his family, to him showing us anger, showing us confusion, showing us the
yeah.
utmost immaturity. And again, I'm happy to now reinvest it with this character, because now it's like, oh, we got something with him. And as much like you said before, if D-Mac is gone, then we can't care about JP. D-Mac's back. Now you start to care about JP again now, because now you start to say, well, how does he respond to this? And as I said before, I said, a lot of queer people, when you talk about, matter of fact, it's anybody who's been oppressed, certain
Yeah.
words hit much harder than,
Yep.
especially when it's coming from just the masses. And I get called, in by anybody that's out there. Okay, well, whatever. It is what it is. I know there's white supremacists out there, but like, let it be one of your friends that you thought was one of your friends, or one of your coworkers. Or something. You're like, damn, this person like been under my wings this entire time. Like, damn, that's how you
Oh yeah.
feel.
Wow. Mm,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
Damn, it's like, damn, you was out there January 6th, bro. Like, damn,
I'm
it
not
just
I'm
hit
not
different,
white friendly enough for them to even think about saying that word around. Oh, they'd be
Yeah,
like, "Oh, nah, not him. You can skip me. Just don't
yeah,
say it around me at all. Don't even hint towards it.
yeah.
Nah, nah.
So I'm definitely looking to see JP's reaction. We know what's happening with Kate. I want to see JP's reaction to it. And I want to see D-Mac. Sad to say, I want to see him self-destruct. I definitely want to see him really think he a grown man out here. I want him to really, really, really feel like he a grown man out here. After all
Mm.
that warning, and then I want him to cross paths with Uncle Tommy real quick, so he could be humble. That nice big
But
piece of, it's Thanksgiving season, right? So we don't call it humble pie. We call it uh Auntie Patty
pumpkin,
pies. Not Auntie Patty
pumpkin
pies.
pie, because them
No,
joints nasty. Oh,
Auntie Patty LaBelle pies.
oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
Patty
Oh
pies.
yeah, she had black people in a chokehold with them joints.
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
folks that
So
couldn't cook. Like, boy,
it's
she
that
had y'all.
season.
Yeah, she had
Patty
y'all
pies.
niggas eating raw pie. Y'all niggas wouldn't even heating it up or nothing. Y'all like just taking it out the freezer section, letting that shit thaw out.
Hey,
No one read a direction to see it said heat, put in oven. Y'all niggas was like, nope, cut that motherfucker open. Ooh, this patty pie tastes so good. Tastes just like diabetes. Like it's what's
yeah.
everything horrible to me.
Did you review it? Did you do a review on it?
Shut
You
the
do
fuck up.
review all the other
That
snacks, so
that is not that nigga is not me. I don't care how much you may resemble me. And I found out that nigga like 33. He's I have so many questions. We shouldn't look that much alike, Joe.
you did
Got
say
a
your
good
family's
10,
kind of big,
close
bro.
to 10
You need to
years
make
on
some
you, Joe.
calls, bro. You need to make some calls. Marcus Bob with the best tweet of the night for $2. We got Medea versus Tommy. Sign me up.
Oh, it's Medea. Medea will murk the shit out of Tommy, Joe. Let's understand that. Mud to the damn DEA.
Queen Miss Makiba, what's up, my friend? Coming in with the $2 super chat. I think I said that. If I didn't say that, I've been thinking that the whole time. Like my man literally threw a hissy fit. Like it was.
That's what made that scene so good, because
Yeah.
it really reverted us back to remembering this is a kid.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. A big temper tantrum. Like, he was just mad at everything humanly possible. Like, right afterwards, you wanted to say, nigga, do you need to take a nap? You need to take a nap. Did you get it out your system? That's the good part of it, is that he is a kid and he is going to react this way. And that's what makes the range of the performance so good. Because
Yeah.
grows up too fast, if he starts making adult decisions, the character wouldn't make any sense. This is a kid who grew up in the streets, no real supervision at all. Dad coming back in his life for the first time. He's just realizing he got an uncle he knew nothing about. He got a grandmother he knew nothing about. He adapts to them so fast because he wants to feel that love, but in the end, he's reverting right back to what his comfort zone is. And that is the streets, and that's why he's reacting that way. Like, if he reacted like an adult, it wouldn't feel real. Because you'd be like, wait a minute, why are you making these decisions? It makes no sense for you to make these quick decisions. It's what D-Mac is going through is the same reason why people hated Tariq at one point in time. I'm not comparing the characters to each other, but it's the same exact thing. Tariq was a kid. He was making kid choices, and people hated him for it. But as we see the character mature, he's making more adult decisions. D-Mac is young. He's making kid choices. I think if you give this character time to grow, I think he's going to make adult decisions. And that's going to be the scary part about this, is because when he starts making adult decisions and they use the point of how smart he is, he can be something we've never seen in the Power Universe before.
That's a great point, because like again, they build build his intelligence up so high, but the maturity got in the way. And yes, he has to act mature, right? It's on par for what it should be. But you're right. The transformation from this is definitely intriguing. And also too, you got to pay a little bit of attention to that scene, because while he was going off too, my man was like looking over his shoulders. And at one point I was just saying, like, what is he so paranoid about? But now I started thinking about it, I was like, damn, this motherfucker going off on the right people. Because we all know the folks we think we can get away with. He was looking out for Tommy, wasn't going to walk through that door.
Hey, kids ain't stupid here, okay? They know. And anybody with kids, anybody with teenagers, you know the first thing, you know what parent to talk to in a certain way because you can get away with it. You know who to test because you can get away with it. Certain folks, you know better than a test because you be like, nah, it's a chance that they may choke slam me or something if I get too far out of line. And that's his fear of Tommy. With JP, I don't want to make it sound bad because of JP being in the community, but he has a more mothering way of handling D-Mac. That's why D-Mac can get away with stuff with JP, because JP is trying to make up for the lost time he has, and he's not real strict on him.
And Kate.
Kate's always trying to make up on everything. That's her thing. Tommy is the type of person, he's like, no, you're going to do exactly what I said do.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't give a fuck about how much time I miss with you. You're going to do what I say do. And that's the person you look out for, because Tommy will hurt you. But JP's not, Kate's not, and that's why he reacted the way he did. Kind of the way Tariq used to do that with Tasha. Like, he tried that with his dad once, and then stood over top of him. Get the fuck out of bed, little nigga. And he was like, oh. Yeah, he's not the person to mess with.
Yeah, man.
And Makiba, I said that name right. Makiba said it perfectly. He do need a black grandmother. If he had a black grandmother, he wouldn't have went off like that.
Tasha.
Yeah.
Tasha smack him up. That's basically his black grandma right there. You know.
With Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Give Big Mama a bottle of Jameson and put her in the room with D-Mac and see what happened.
Yeah.
You already see she beat the most wonderful child in the world for nothing. You think she won't beat the hell out of D-Mac? Sit your
Yeah.
little motherfucking ass down a little minute. I ain't got time for this shit.
Nah, no bull. No bull. Appreciate you all talking about the Joseph Sikora interview. Appreciate it. Good times. Yeah, definitely check that out if you all have not. There is 3 interviews currently on the channel right now talking all things season 2 or Power Book 4 Force. I don't know if I'm gonna do any other interviews, so that's why I kind of started off by saying like I think this is gonna wrap our coverage for Power Book 4 Force, but we are all steam ahead
Need to
for
take
Kanan.
a 2-week break.
And
Kanan is right. And I
we
said when I
barely
say
got
2
that.
weeks, I literally mean, and just a break from the lives and the recording portions of you all seeing it, but we're working behind the scenes straight through because of Kanan, but we just need to take a little bit of a break. But I do want to shout out I'm never good at this posting comments. I see them jokes come past and then it just clicks in my head.
Does it allow you to
I
do
don't know.
anything?
I don't
Click
I
it.
don't even try
Just
to.
click it. Just click it.
Nope. But
Not a star or anything on it?
nope, not at all.
Huh.
But I'm gonna
See.
go to DeMarcus Vaughn, who says that D-Mac reminds him of a young Kanan.
Let me see real
100%
quick.
right. Because of the decisions that Kanan was making in season 2, and people were pissed at him. Like, hell are you making these? Forgetting he was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good comparison between D-Mac and Kanan, because Kanan was making a lot of them stupid choices repeatedly that people hated that he was making.
Yeah.
But you had to remember, being a kid, you're gonna make bad choices. We all were children at one point in time. I made some horrible decisions as a kid. I don't even want to talk about like
Oh,
just
fun
understand.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, I made choices that
And that's the
I'm
other thing
confused
too.
on why I'm still alive.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, you also think about all the things you did because you didn't think there was any
Mhm.
repercussions about it. Like my man literally, D-Mac literally said, like, I'm a killer. I just caught another body today. Bro, there was nothing smart about that. I guess for the lack of better words here. There was just nothing smart about that at all.
Oh
At
man.
all. And then immediately look over his shoulder out the window, like, oh shit. Tommy might come up, creep up on me
Hey,
here.
hey,
But
Ed, does everybody remember when you thought you was invincible? When you thought nothing could phase you in life? You
yeah.
remember that innocence that you had when you was like, man, I could do anything. You were jumping off of buildings, didn't think of the consequences of it. You was running in the street, cars whipping past you, never thought of the consequences of it.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
as an adult, you like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like you're quickly turning into your parents and you're like, man, what the hell is wrong with these little kids? That's
Mhm.
part of the issue is that they're kids. You need to let them live life and find out that there's consequences to their actions.
DeMarcus on $2 super chat. Imagine if D-Mac was Kanan's son. Oh, he'll be dead. Because
I'm about to say, what's up, Sean?
Sean got it for less.
Yep. Sean was a good kid. Sean
Yeah.
was a good kid, and Kanan
Yeah.
still helped him.
I recently watched that scene. I forgot. Did he said he wasn't his dad. I think Kanan was
Yeah,
like, yeah, you're right. And then he just walked out, but he walked into a bullet. But I mean, again,
yep,
like I said, he got it for less. He definitely
yeah.
got it for less. So
It's. I mean, you got to be OG power to remember that Kanan even had a son. They got rid of
right.
him so quick, and then had a son that was smashing Tasha, which makes you
Mm.
wonder just what's the age gap between Kanan and Tasha that he would have had a child old enough to smash Tasha. It's-
Or Tasha.
There's some things we just don't ask questions about.
Yeah,
Don't have to be
don't
all the
forget
17,
don't forget
18.
about freaky chick next door to I'm about to call him foreign. Famous. Don't forget about her.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
because she was fucking Kanan too. So hold up, was that supposed to be Sean's mama? Oh shit. Maybe that was Sean's mama. If she
Keeping
come
the
up this
blood.
season talk about I'm pregnant, be like, yep, that's Sean's mama. Mm.
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh man, now that would explain it because Kanan would have been a kid having that child. And wow, okay, okay, all right. See, even I come up
That's
with the out shit
actually like
once in a
everybody
while.
always talking about somebody getting pregnant, but like that actually right there is a storyline that works because he's young, he's in the
Yeah,
streets. He about to take care of that boy. He didn't want him.
And that's why Sean grew up the way he did. And
Actually
then wasn't
worked
Sean also close to Ghost? Didn't he call him Uncle Ghost?
because he
Did he
drove
call him
cars for
Uncle
him.
Ghost?
Yeah, he drove cars for him, But
Huh.
yeah. Hmm.
Look at me keep it coming through.
No,
Name
Sean
talking
Mama
about
is
who Sean Mama is. Damn it, that's what I'm talking about, Joe. Because I can't remember in the
mm.
slightest bit of any. It's
Yeah,
been so
it's
many years,
yeah, yeah.
but that's what I'm talking about when you get people who be
I
like,
mean, but
"Yo,
listen,
help y'all out
they
here."
can retcon anything out here, and then you don't get twisted that moms can be aunties and moms not really moms. All that could get into play at any given time, so you never
No.
know. So anti
All
who?
right, let's jump into
Mhm.
the next question here, and that is, what is Tommy's next move? We see the way this episode ends with Maria being kidnapped, killed. We don't know what it is with Miguel. We see where he's at with Diamond and his coalition. We see how it is with Che and him having to play nice with Miguel. What do you think is going to be Tommy's next move coming into next season?
I'm thinking he's going to have to use Vic in order to get intel
Mm,
on where Maria's at. And if there's one person that can figure it out, it would be the feds by way of Vic. I think
mm,
everything that was established this season, we have to see sort of the flip of it next season. So Vic needing Tommy, Tommy needing Vic. Diamond and Tommy being
mm,
on the same page, not being on the same page. Um,
clearly. Yeah.
um, so little stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I definitely think he's going to need Vic, and Vic is going to have to get some intel from the feds in order to uh, help Tommy figure out where Maria's at.
Mm.
And I'm also gonna assume that Stacy's going to get into some hot water herself for this.
For the way
This.
everything broke down.
Yeah, I mean, they got a cop killed. That's a big deal. A
Two.
CI yeah, two. A CI in danger right now. Remember, like he's not dead, but he's definitely in danger because you just don't know how this can play out. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
those are CBI boys, and Diamond can make the call to say get rid of
Sure
him.
can. Mhm.
So, however that plays out, it's still going to be a sense of Vic is in danger. Stacy's going to have to do something to protect him or try to save him. She's gonna get in the hot water for all the stuff that she's done. So we're definitely gonna get that Bobby and Stacy tension really brewing up. I think we're definitely gonna get DC or New York involved from a federal standpoint and maybe
Oh,
internal
we already,
affairs. Internal affairs, I
we
think, is
know
gonna play a part.
you know who's showing up.
You already
Ain't need to
know.
say. You know,
Blah, blah,
Blanca gonna find
blah.
her ass. Is it? She gonna find her ass somewhere in Chicago. Tommy Egan. That's what I'm here for. Like you already know Blanca gonna show up, Joe. Fucking hate
uh,
Blanca, Joe.
yeah. But honestly, like beyond that with Tommy, like it's just really hard to see what his next steps is. I mean, they're gonna have to take
Yeah,
time to like man, and honestly, this might be the most OG of Tommy that we get. I mean, I think we're gonna get away from understanding the psychology of this character and now just seeing him
yeah,
just running operations. We got 2 seasons of understanding that. And I think it's time for him to just do what he do and just get out there and catching bodies and whatnot, but also trying to save his
yeah.
girl. Also got to keep the coalition together, which is on the
Going.
flip side.
Yes.
He put it together last season. It is going to fizzle out season 3. That's my predictions there.
Does he tear it down in season 3?
Does he get to a point where he's like, if y'all don't want me a part of this and no one can have it, does he pull like one of those type of things? Like the
It's up Tommy's alley to do something of that nature and
true
say,
that.
you know what? I'm gonna burn it all down. Like if, especially because he has to work with Miguel to keep the coalition going.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a possibility anymore. And
Yeah.
because that's not a possibility, what do you think Tommy's reaction would be? To me, it would be kill everybody
Yeah.
and let it work its way out once I'm done killing everybody.
Yeah. Um, Let me read this super chat from the homie AO Productions, who may have noticed an elevation in their privileges very recently. But Yeah, let me know when you find out, sir. AO Productions with the $2 super chat. I'm convinced Blanca and Stacy go way
Man,
back. I'm buying that. Y'all killing it with the comments. I'm
do you
buying
think
that
that's
one.
because could that be the reason that Stacy is pursuing Tommy so much? Is to help her girl Blanca out? That would that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because the hard on she has for Tommy has not made any sense. But that would make it make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. And then maybe if they do, and then Blanca comes with Stacy and she works with her task force to try to get Tommy, maybe then Tommy hires Tamika to save him because I'm always looking for more Tamika. That's I'm always looking for more.
Damn. Damn. That actually works
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
And then
That
with
oh
Tamika
man.
back, she lets Tommy in on stuff going on with Tariq. But then that's what happens when he gets the letters because we still have not addressed anything that happens at the end of the last season of Ghost that led Tommy to making the decisions that he made to
Yeah.
go to New York and had that conversation with Tariq and try to kill Tasha.
Yeah. An interesting tidbit from the Gary Lennon interview is that like it sounds like these shows, while they all exist in the same space, they give each other sort of creative freedom to tell their own story without the dependency of the other show. So like when I asked him about the timeline question and Prince Rock, I definitely a very thorough assessment in your comments in terms of like fans being able to put together the timelines themselves. And like that's what we try to do here. But it's hard
Mhm.
to build that argument and using the platform to build that argument when folks are just like, well, listen to the comment that Tommy said to movie about. But I told you all, I said, especially during the strike, he was throwing out all sorts of misdirections for people to eat
Yeah,
up. So when you're talking about Ghost coming
yeah.
back, I'm surprised y'all ain't go after him on that. Talking about Ghost coming back, episode 5, where he was talking about the
Mhm.
timeline and stuff like that. Gary Lennon gave, I think, the most honest interview response question to that
Yeah.
answer to that question in the interview, in saying like, well, we have an idea, but we don't want to set a precedence on that because we don't want to mess up what they're doing for their show. So like you basically saying like, we can't say this happened at this time because what if they decide to do this on their show and we're not all in the same sphere of like making sure that
In
there's a
other words,
continuity between everything.
they're not Marvel. Everything. Where's one big person over everything. These have all different producers, all different showrunners. It's just the power verse, but not
Yeah,
necessarily. It doesn't need to be overly connected. That's why Tommy could show up in New York because technically, why not? But you notice he ain't never showed up on no other show. Why would he?
yeah,
Like I think that's what people were waiting for. And maybe Tommy's like, well, Tommy's Tommy. Tommy could just pop up, and it will make for a great story when they need him to pop up. But
yeah.
that don't mean that you need to connect Tommy's show back to Power Book Ghost.
He's an
Makes a
actor.
lot of sense.
He's an actor. He took a booking. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
we give you this check for this quick cameo. No problem. Yeah, I'll do it. You know you're gonna do it. You know you're gonna do it. So
Mhm.
um and again
I
I
mean,
asked that
you're
question
not
too
gonna do it
about
if Amari come back because that's gonna hurt y'all feelings when Amari comes back and it's not on Power Book Ghost. Because I don't think that's the show they would ever bring him back on.
yeah. I think I just lost my point. Something you just said that made me think about something else in another interview. Um I don't know. Anyway, we'll go to the chat. Yeah, you walk Prince Rock, you the homie, man. You definitely be coming through with the comments, man. Just want to make sure, yeah, you be on it, man.
Yeah.
You keep firing on all cylinders, man. I look, you be right up on it here. We got so much more power to cover too. So the Wandering Sage with the $2 super chat. Tommy is slowly. Oh yeah, this is what I was about to say. Tommy is slowly turning into his own version of Ghost. I love the fact that
Mhm.
Joseph attested to that in the interview. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely do so on the channel now.
Yep.
He definitely, and like I said this in some of the comments too. Like I don't care how much we watch this show. I don't care how
Mhm.
much we get opportunities to talk to writers or directors and fans and putting together these thesis statements about things, these think pieces and all that. It don't it would never equate to an actor who plays the role, who embodies the characters, and can truly give the perspective about that. And I say all that to say because, like, we keep making sort of connections as to why Tommy is becoming his own version of Ghost, which Joseph mentions. But I love the idea of him throwing that wild card about how him and Jannard are alike. And it shit just blew my mind because this whole season, I'm like, oh, he hates him. He hates him. He hates him.
But
And he
we've talked
started.
about that before.
I
Mhm.
so it's stuff like that that like from the outside we can never be on the money about the way how somebody who's actually is
Yeah.
embracing this character 24/7. But I do love that, like, he spoke about, turning into his own version of Ghost, or like utilizing the years and Tutelage and running side by side with Ghost to kind of become his own. But like understanding that while he is Ghost, and I say like he's like Ghost, Diamond gives him Ghost presence around him, but then to hear him say like how he can relate to Jannar, it's kind of like, damn, Tommy is just a little bit of all these people in a way. It's just really cool. It's just really cool. And it keeps us busy, man. Always trying to put things and connect things together. But yeah,
Oh,
check
yeah.
out that interview. I'm gonna plug that shit one more time. Oh boy. All right, what else we got? What else we got?
Oh, AO Production coming back with another one.
All right, all
Mm.
right.
Mm.
AO Production $2 super chat here. Old Tommy would have killed Vic like he did his pops. Not even a question. I
Yep.
also asked this question, and I asked him, and I said, and I think I kind of, me and Lucas talked a little bit about the approach for the interview, and I said, do you think that potentially that
Mhm.
the reason Tommy didn't kill Vic is because he sees a little of himself in there, and he was just
Mm.
basically kind of shut it down. It was like, no. He said he basically went on the route of like, Tommy knows he owns this dude, so he's going to use him.
Mhm.
And I said that's interesting because I really built up the case of like, Vic is somebody looking for family, always looking for love, doesn't have his love, and now that that's all gone, he's just swirling out here out of control. Is that not Tommy in a nutshell? Looking for family, looking for love, gets it, and then gets it all removed. Like, it's literally like a sense of him. I was like, it's probably a sense of him saying like, and even the guilty conscience about Gloria as well too. It's like, nah. He says like Joseph can see how that makes sense. Tommy, no. Tommy's like, I own this guy. That's what he sees with him.
He's a
He
pet.
used this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pet. And you're like, oh, okay. But he says that much at the end when he's like, do you know how great it would be to have someone that's with them that can give us information? Like, it
Mhm.
ain't a caring part of him there.
Yeah.
But I don't think the weird part would be earlier on, though, before he found out that Vic was a snitch. Their relationship had nothing to do with Tommy knowing that he owned him.
Yeah.
It had way more to do with them building a connection. Then it flips the moment I've realized you're a snitch.
Yeah.
Then I no
Yeah.
longer care about you. So I own you now, and you're gonna do whatever I need you to do, or
Yeah.
you die.
Yeah.
Take your pick. Like it's a very interesting dynamic, the way everything's flipped with him and Vic.
Mm-hmm. DeMarcus Vaughn, $2 super chat. Junior Young could help take down Tommy. Who's Junior Young? I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm having a blank here. Help me out.
Oh, you
Anybody?
mean that?
Nope.
Demarcus, you
Nope.
better answer that question, Dag Nabbit. Is he one of the other people that was beating up Jannard? Because I don't know who Junior Young is either. Y'all be knowing. Look, I'm telling y'all, we give you
Oh, see,
Angela stuff.
I
Oh,
had to look it up. It's Angela's, yeah,
why you say
Angela's
Pa's
nephew.
son? Look here,
Yeah,
that's
I
real
took
name. That's
the,
Pa's son. Little
hey,
Pa.
yeah. Listen, my man be like very thorough about his response.
Exactly.
Demarcus Vaughn is a college scholar right now. That's what I'm getting. He makes sure all his responses, his questions
Exactly.
are
He
very
gave you
thorough.
the name. He said, nigga, the government, Junior Young. Instead, black folks were like, Pa's son. That's all you had to say. I didn't know that when you said Pa's son. But, well, he is part of the FBI, but isn't he currently
DEA.
hunting
He's
Tariq?
DEA.
But he's currently hunting Tariq down right now.
Yeah, and it's DEA, and also too, like him being in DEA isn't going to be beneficial when the FBI is already in the sphere. Let's not forget that the FBI is already there. Alphabet boys do not play good together. For
They hate
never,
each other.
never.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there's no way.
absolute
There's
passion.
no way the FBI will relinquish this case. They already took it from the feds, from the local cops.
Authorities, yeah.
Yeah, so they damn sure ain't gonna be like,
And
we'll take it from you and then give it to the DA.
most
Like it's
FBI
not
agents
happening.
look at the DEA as just like regular cops.
Yeah.
They don't think they're anything special. They think they're
Mm-hmm.
horrible people
Mm-hmm.
or suckers, in other words. Like, so I can see the thing is with Paz's son, I think they need to focus with him to be more on Tariq
Mm-hmm.
because of the Angela connection than it is on Tommy.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, you don't need more agents going after Tommy. Eventually, we're gonna have to get to the point of realizing that Tommy's not the big threat. It would technically be CBI, and to everything they know, that's Diamond. So Diamond would be the threat.
Go ahead and hit your favorite line of the season, bro. Because you know
Well,
damn well Stacy ain't rationaling about any of that.
hey,
Because she
we
want
already know
one
what Stacy
person.
says. I want Spider-Man. Like Stacy is very single track minded here. Who exactly she's going after here? She's going after Tommy at all costs, but no one else is that slow. It's just her. I don't know if the 27 piece is just so tight that she can only focus on Tommy, but no one else is thinking that. Everyone else sees the bigger, grander picture. So
Yeah,
I don't think you would bring in more people to go after Tommy, when
yeah,
technically Tommy's hooked up with the cartels. You would the most you would do is go after Tommy to get to the leader of the cartel. That's the play.
just
It damn
weird.
sure ain't just going after Tommy.
Just
Stacy don't even care about the cartel. She took the cartel, and she said that wasn't the point of it all. Where's Tommy? Like, what? Are you crazy? You took down the criminal organization in the Flins, then took down the cartel, also took down the Serbs. Literally, your job is secured because of who you took down. And for her personally, that's not enough. But that's what it could be, as DeMarcus said, something with her and Blanca. Because, she's looking out for her homegirl. She don't give a fuck about nothing else. You know how women do when like women like team up and they become like little FBI agents to scheme against men. Like that's what this could be with Stacy and Blanca. Like, she like my girl. I'm gonna look out for my girl no matter what, at all costs. Salt and pepper, Debret and Missy. Those like combinations of women that Thelma and Louise. I'm just naming women who know women. Like, Sexy Red and Sukiana. Like stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
The way they get together.
Tamar and Krishan Rock. Yeah.
Rashawn? Nah. Chill.
You're right. I feel you.
Well, Krishan probably is Stacy. Stacy is Krishan though. In that way to put it that way. Because Stacy will punch somebody for no reason, it looks like at this point. She put on her little Nazareth heels, them little 2-inch jumps, that 27 piece, she's ready for war immediately.
Hey, dog.
Oh man. See, and look, we answered one of my other questions, which is what would happen with Vic, because that's a big question for this year. So I want to skip to me the other huge question. But
let me just throw in one thing, because I keep forgetting about it and it just keeps lurking in the back of my head. You all, and we won't answer this unless we just hit a little bit of overtime. I want you all to tell me, how is Jamnar's information about Miguel needing his insulin shot going to play beneficial at some point in that season? Because right now he's on Miguel. I mean, he's not on Miguel's good side, but he's not going after Miguel. There's no interest in Miguel's. Everything's in CBI with Tommy. He wants Tommy. Shanti wants the diamond and all the CBI. But don't forget, he still got that bio information of, well, Miguel needs his insulin. They did not at all explore that anymore this season. So how will that be a factor going forward? When will the insulin shot be discovered as a liability for Miguel by way of Jannard knowing that information. So
Yeah.
we'll see. All right, you up.
Poisonous sugar medicine. That's about it. Can't think of nothing else at this point. But the other part is with Jannard here, and that is how long before Tommy finds out that Shanti and Jannard sent the picture of him and Maria to Miguel, and what will be the consequences of it the moment they find it out, the moment Tommy finds it out.
Maybe nothing. I mean, Miguel knows now.
Really?
So
No,
yeah,
not for Miguel. Meaning, what will they consequences be with Tommy if or when Tommy finds out they're the ones? Because Miguel don't seem like the type that's gonna hold water. That's old black folks used to say. Miguel ain't holding no water. Eventually, he's going to tell Tommy, "I got this information from Jannard or Shanti or people who you work with. Pass this on to me." Because remember,
yeah.
they sent him the picture, and that's what alerted him to what was going on. When Tommy finds that out, what do you think is going to happen to them two?
Yeah, I honestly, I think his priority is going to trying to get Maria back, and obviously focuses on Miguel and getting that information. But to know that they were the ones that did it, I see that as as valuable as Claudia in terms of killing Liliana. Whereas, like, he wanted to know, he pretty much knew. It ain't no way that Vic and that car ride confirmed that for him with him already knowing. So it's like gonna be one of those type
Mhm.
of things where it's like, all right, I did it. Okay, cool. I'll come back to this once I get her back. So I don't immediately see him handling it or wanting to handle it at a point, because I mean, one, it's a business conflict here.
Yeah,
Not having Garfield Park when they actually do still have it, you can't really actually decide on losing that. I think there's still some value. I mean, again, he tried to play it off like, oh, we don't need that, we'll be okay. But I think they kind of knew. I think he's going to.
yeah.
I don't know. To me, I just think he plays it out for a long time. I really do not see him retaliating from that. I see him knowing it,
Oh,
but
uh,
he's already
uh,
don't like Jannard. So what did it matter? It didn't matter if he did it or not.
no.
You know?
I'm gonna address something too because I see the comments where people are like, "Wait a minute, Jannard said Miguel would never find out." How do you think he got the picture? Unless Miguel is an absolute idiot, you can't send me a picture and me not trace who sent it to me. I just think they're naive enough to believe you can send that pic to him and then not find out who sent the pic to him. That's almost equivalent of thinking that Tommy couldn't find out that Vic was talking to the DEA. All numbers are traceable. There's no such thing as an untraceable number. So to send him the pic, you had to send it as a text message. The moment you send it as a text message, Miguel can easily find out what number that came from. And after that, after you find out the number, everything else is just easy. You can go
Well,
back to damn near who bought the packet of numbers. So at that point, it would be going to Tommy and saying, "Oh, this information clearly came from somebody in your organization. Look, these are your numbers. I know you got the pack of numbers. I know, like all of this, all you get was watching enough television shows. That's the first thing they tell you. When you buy a pack of burner phones, those numbers are traced back to you.
yeah.
That's how Tommy was able to trace everything with Jeannie Mae. Am I saying her name right, or am I just saying giving her Young Jeezy's ex-wife's name? Just had to think about it for a second.
So Jenny Sue and Jeannie May are two different people. They're as different as Pikachu and Piccolo.
Look, I could think, I swear I could think, I just kept on thinking of
Dog.
Jeannie Mae. But one of the genies, damn it. Hit track the number.
And
So
there's a
that's what I
genie
mean
and
by
a
that.
Jenny.
Oh, I was
Yo,
about to say
what?
something that would have got me canceled immediately, but both of them are beautiful Asian women. I'm not going to separate the two at this point in my life. I'm sorry. But the point that I digress. The point that they got the numbers, Miguel can do the exact same thing and get the information. And once he does, I'm just assuming it would go back to him telling Tommy that. And it's not going to be in the way of telling Tommy that for Tommy's information. It's going to be to tell Tommy that to fuck with Tommy even more. Because at this point, he knows he has Tommy. At this point, he's just going to fuck with Tommy at all costs to get Tommy off of his square. Because if
Yeah.
Tommy is slipping because of his feelings and emotions, it all works positive for Miguel. And if Miguel could paint a picture that someone in your organization is who gave me this information, Tommy's going to go on a hunt to find out who it is. The moment Tommy finds out who it is, to me, it's going to create the biggest problem.
Yeah.
And then that creates a problem with him and Diamond. Because if you think Diamond is going to come out the blue and be okay with Tommy killing Jannard or even harming Jannard in any way, that creates the issues with the coalition from CBI's perspective. Because
Yeah,
it
I
then
mean,
becomes who's the leader.
yeah, Shanti going after Diamond. Jannar probably gonna tell Diamond that. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of snitching going on next season. And people obviously not snitching by way of breaking street code, by way of saying, like, how can I use this towards my advantage? So does Jannar tell Shanti that that's how Miguel know? Because he, does he go back and tell Diamond that? Matter of fact, there's a lot of secrets to be had here because the DMAC thing, back to Big Baby. So that's a secret. Sending the picture to Miguel, that's a secret. Shanti trying to go after Diamond is a secret. Like, there's just a lot of little secrets going on. Tommy is not in on any of them joints. Kind of sucks too.
And we got one more thing that we have not talked about that's going to play huge next season. That bug is still in Tommy's apartment.
Yeah, that's the question I didn't get to ask. There was two questions I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask, was he aware that the bug was there? And something else. I was thinking about it earlier, but yeah, that was definitely the big one. Actually, I think I still got my questions. Do I still got my questions? Let's see.
Because that's a big question there. Big one, I just always assumed that Tommy would sweep his apartment every week, but clearly that's not the case because the bug couldn't have got in there if he did that. Plus, he may feel his home is a safe haven because they also, I think, played it perfectly by talking about how many cameras Tommy had positioned everywhere before you can even get into his apartment. So he may not even be thinking putting the bug in there is possible. But as long as that bug's in there, he has to be very careful what he says at home.
I just thought about something. It's a kind of a reach. Do you think Maria called Stacy Marks for help? Because she has her card?
Is she alive to the extent where she can call for help?
I mean, depend on what the budget look like.
I mean, would she even be in the situation to use a phone? What would Miguel
right,
do
obviously.
with her? Yeah, what would Miguel do with her? That's still his sister. Grandma gone. Only his sisters left. Like, what exactly? What is he going to do with her?
Yeah.
Is it just that, like, you ship her off to where they from? Colombia, El Salvador, Spain? Like, will you ship her off to like somewhere to keep her away from Tommy? But that's not going to work.
Yeah, they're from Mexico. So yeah, they're definitely from Mexico. Let's not forget about that because Grandma talked about the migration across the border. So you're definitely not crossing the border in Colombia.
Yeah, I didn't know where they were from. But he's not going to send her to Mexico.
Right.
Mexico?
Yeah,
he's going to send her somewhere else.
West Virginia.
They don't send her like to Tulum. Like, that would be crazy.
West Virginia. There's no returning from there. You go there, you just done. That's what Ghost. That's what Ghost at right now doing his voodoo.
He's in South Dakota.
His voodoo. No, he's out there doing.
No, that wasn't West Virginia. That was Mississippi.
No.
That's what the no. It was New Orleans.
No.
Oh wait, that's where it should have been. Yeah.
His voodoo.
It should have been. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's where it should have. Yeah, I remember when I reviewed the film, and I said it makes no sense that this is in West Virginia and not in New Orleans. You're right.
That's where Maria is at right now, doing voodoo with Ghost in West Virginia.
Exactly. With Ghost's other family, the kids him and Angela had.
Yeah. What if Maria kills Miguel? I mean, honestly, Maria. I mean, let's just. I know you got another question, but let's just keep it 100. They need to bring everybody back, and they also need to bring in another attractive name. They got the money. You're not paying Tommy Flanagan, and you're not. Did I say Tommy Flanagan? Yeah, Tommy Flanagan, Walter Flynn. And you're also not paying Guy Swearinger. I mean, these folks are kind of vets in the game, and Tommy's definitely you getting a nice coin from him. Yeah,
Well,
they need to
Power's
bring in
known for that
another attractive
also.
name here. Hmm?
Yeah, Power's known for that. The moment they announce season 3, they're going to announce it with a new cast member.
Yeah,
That's what they do. They're going to
yeah.
announce, and I think it is going to be a big. Don't steal nobody else from the show. It's going to be Jason Mitchell. I bet. I already know it. I know it. Oh man,
I would
hey,
like what's the face. I
Dempsey's
would.
available.
I
He
said
Laurie
that.
left his
Oh
Lloyd
yeah.
Harvey contract over, so Dempsey's available. That would be an interesting thing.
Other dude named too on the shot. I can't think of his name right now. That Emmett. I would like to see him play a more of a serious role. I haven't seen him had a serious. I gotta think about that. I don't know if I've ever seen him with a serious role.
Says Ro.
Jason Mitchell, though,
I mean,
yeah,
Joe, just some real talent. Again, it's a lot of talent in Chicago to pull onto this show, even if it's not a big name. If you get an actor that people know enough, or you may not know their name, but you've seen their work a lot, that would be a good pull for this series at this point, and it helps separate it, which I
yeah,
think is going to be the key part with them, is to continue to separate Force from Power Book Ghost.
yeah,
So we're not just wondering when are these two shows going to interconnect with one another.
yeah.
And
Jacob Lattimore, that's his name.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, Jacob's still out there. He's still releasing albums. Can't remember. That's what I know. I didn't even
yeah,
know he was in the shot. I know him as a singer.
yeah. He
When
still
this
got.
Christmas with Chris Brown, it was
Yeah,
Jacob Lack.
looking at his last roles, like The Shy, House Party, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like yeah, he hasn't had.
That's the joke I remember.
Yes, yeah.
He was in Black Nativity. Yes, that horrible, horrible movie. It was a horrible movie, Joe.
Yeah.
I swear, black folks, man. Ah, ah,
Mm, mm.
mm, mm, mm.
All right, what you get? What you got now? I know we got one more, right?
My Jannard and Shanti question was the last
Oh,
one. I think we,
true.
at that point, like, there's the biggest question would be is what do you want out of season 3? Like, that's
Yeah.
the big question that I think everybody is asking themselves now is what do you want with a power book for season 3?
Yeah, realistically, yeah, definitely want them to use more Chicago artists. Good for them for being true to the city. But I do want to see more of Chicago on display. I definitely want more
Yeah.
music involved. Chicago music. I definitely want them to hit the Chicago nightlife
Drill.
scene just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Drill, jazz.
Chicago
Uh,
drillers.
yeah, 1,000%,
Keith out there, Joe. If Keith don't get a role on power, you can't
bro.
give it. Dog. That's the person.
That
I
is a
would say
nice
Herb, but
good
Herb
name.
is about
No, no,
to go
no.
through a different issue.
God, why is his name slipping out of my head? Oh my God. Why is it slipping out of my head? Yeah, they should absolutely bring in a Chicago artist, like a name
Man,
that's definitely like Chief is definitely named. I cannot think of
Chief
what's
is
his name
one.
that's inside of my head right now. I'm about to look it up right on my uh because I'm just out here just tripping. Oh, Lil Durk. There we go. Lil Durk from Chicago. Go ahead and throw him in there. I'm sure he's not going to take a little premium,
But no,
but he,
Dirk is still like hot, hot. So Dirk may be like, man, I'm focusing on music right now more than
yeah, I
anything
like
else.
Vic.
Chief is
Oh,
a
yeah.
legend. So like that would be a hell of a thing to put him on something like this. Joe, that's kind of what they did with Freddie Gibbs at one point here. When you give somebody opportunity to spread their wings and give I
Hey,
can't even finish.
no, because no, we about to ban Prince off that comment. Let me go ahead.
Wow, really?
I'm gonna let him
Hey,
have that
it
one.
would fit. It would fit. It could fit. But again, I'm all for Chief Keef ending up on this show because I think that would be an interesting thing to do. And
Yeah,
you don't need someone to be the best actor in the world. Sometimes you just need to give them the opportunity. Like Joey is fucking killing it on Raising Kanan, Joe. You never know how great someone can be until you give them that opportunity to show you.
Hey
Oh man,
yo,
Cuddy hard to get.
hey,
Cuddy hard
hey,
to get though.
yeah. Can Lupe
Yeah.
act? Has he been in
No,
anything?
I don't think Lupe has been in any acting part of it.
Let me check
You
that
know,
real quick.
Lupe need to do anime. You know, Lupe's in
Chill,
he's a
chill,
different
bro.
dude. Like Lupe not hell, fuck. How I forget Common.
Uh,
Nigga, if you want a big name in Chicago, it's
oh,
Common.
yeah. He just killed it on Silo on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, we know
Yeah,
acting ain't the issue with Common.
Lupe was on an episode of Empire, so yeah, sign him up. Yeah, Common's a big one. Common's the one. Common is the
Yeah,
one.
Common's the
Common's the one.
big one. That's the big name and everything else in between by
Yeah,
using Common on here. And again, it's that Chicago connection that you're looking for.
yeah.
Oh man, the keeper said Lupe was teaching on the show or teaching like in real life. Like Lupe's my guy.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, man, I want the next season to still focus on Chicago, and if they are going to expand west, don't go back east.
Yes.
I don't need to keep. I don't need Tariq and all them to be involved. I want the shows to be as separate as possible. They could be in the same universe for sure. Timelines and effects of different things in different cities can make impacts in those other cities, but they don't need to. There's no reason for people to do appearances on each other's shows. It's cool, but like I like the idea of us investing in two characters, new characters,
Yeah.
and actors within these shows solely just off of what they do. I mean, let's
I
talk about
think
Chris Lofton, man. Yeah, I saw somebody said he's the MVP of this season.
yeah.
Jannard isn't the big Jannard the character. You don't invest in Jannard the character if you're so focused on other people coming in. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
and then you don't give Chris Lock, and also too, I ain't forget all y'all that tried to say he couldn't act those first 3 episodes. We
Hey,
remember
they was
receipts
dogging
are
him
there.
out, Joe. Yeah.
So yeah,
But I think also look out for I'm a firm believer that we're about to get a series with Tasha that's going to be completely separate than from Tommy and Tariq's series.
okay,
Like her with this wood sex stuff and how that is going to advance, I think that is going to be the next spinoff with Power is going to be with Tasha.
okay.
Like
Hopefully,
that's going to be, and then you can spread her out west because you
yeah,
in Woodsack, you're definitely not going to be in the East Coast in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
yeah. Hopefully, you get the other members of 3LW to be a part of it too.
And well, we know that's not happening. They ain't making those type of promises. Not, not for sure. Them chicks beef in real life, Joe. They like 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Like you never see if you'll see 3LW on Power after you see Ja Rule on Power. That's how they beef goes, Joe.
Monica, that's all I need.
It's
That's no, Monica. Because y'all know it's all about family.
hey, that's it. That's all it
That's
is,
it.
Joe.
Every single
Hey,
time.
they
It's
can hire
all
Tyrese. Tyrese out this joint crying every week. He could be good on Power too.
nah, but all seriousness, no, yeah, I want them to get the announcement for season 3.
Yeah,
And I think that let's just continue what they're doing, man.
yeah.
They did fantastic this season without no promotion. So they definitely deserve. I think they deserve the announcement for season 3 sooner than later, just because of that weird time, because of the strikes and
Sometime this
whatnot.
week.
But
I think it'll happen sometime this week. They'll
yeah,
announce season three sometime
Spartacus
this
has
week.
got announced. So yeah, matter of fact, a lot of
Season two.
networks are
Yeah.
now all making their
Hmm.
announcements. I mean, Netflix just went crazy with this stuff. Yeah, Spartacus is coming back. There is some voice, because let's not forget that Starz just lost 3 shows, so you brought back
Yeah.
1 now. So what are you going to do with the gaps for this other one? I think you do announce another show in the Power Universe. I definitely want that, and I think you do. Along with that, you announce the see. You know when they're going to do it. They're going to announce it the week that the Kanan premieres.
Raising
It's going to
Kanan
happen that
premieres.
week.
Yeah.
Yep, it's going. That's the week it's going to happen.
Yeah, they're gonna let you know that Power got approved. And if they decide to do another show, we already know that's not going to be influenced as much as we think. That is definitely the show that should happen. I don't think they're gonna backtrack and do influence, even though they should.
Yeah.
And who did that? Christopher Price, who said that Tasha couldn't carry a show. You are crazy, my brother. Like that is the one character that could go crazy on the show by themselves.
Also, the thing about with Natari is there's a lot of people that want to work with her. So
Mm-hmm.
you talk about the likes of Lorenz Tate and his show and the star power behind that and his name being able to sell a show. While Natari may not be that big household names, there's a lot of people that like her, that respect her. And you know, just recently married, just recently had a baby. She's gonna be ready to go back to work, and I think she's gonna come back with a whole different type of energy. And a lot of folks are gonna be wanting to work with her. I think it's all going to align very right if they did do this. So without a doubt,
And it would be the only power show where the woman is the main character. Because we may love Rock. Rock don't exist without Kanan.
yeah,
You may love Monet. Monet does not exist without Tariq. If you do a
that's
Tasha
true.
show, it's her. It's
Yeah,
everything will be built around that one character. And I think that could be an interesting thing because if she gets back in the game, like that's something that we have not discussed. We talk about how smart she was. We talked about how she ran Ghost's businesses. We see the respect that she has. But
yeah,
if it goes to that another level where it's just not her being a drug dealer,
yeah.
maybe it's
And
her
yeah, it's gonna
avoiding
be in it
everything
too.
else. Which that's always the key part. That's why I'm pushing so hard for Tasha to get her
Yeah,
own show because we need to wait. I would have said Yaz Power Book, but Yaz need to get a little older. When she like hit 18 and Yaz go to choke, and then we get Yaz book. That's completely different because Yaz gonna take over the game. Yaz like
yeah.
a young Jay-Z. Yaz just waiting for her reasonable doubt to drop.
And like honestly, I mean, it don't even have to be a power show because the idea of her being a witsat and trying to have a normalized life and staying under
Yep.
the radar is a story in its own. They make plenty of movies like that,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we saw
And with
last time when Tasha was by herself, what happened?
yeah, we talking about them Tommy.
No, I'm talking about I Am King. When she when she had to save herself, when she was a hitman, like she was murking niggas left and right in that movie, Joe. Like, Tasha with the Wood second became a murderer, Joe. And then a lawyer murderer.
And then the
Now
Lord,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
You know what
Oh,
though? Let's just call it what it is. She got the show, man. Good for her, man. She deserves a lot of the love and a lot of the
yeah.
success of what Power is. I mean, listen, Ghost don't work without her because Ghost had to Kirk
No,
on her every episode. And while y'all made fun of Ghost and what he did, he had to have somebody to Kirk on the entire time
yeah.
outside of Tariq. Because at one point, Tariq wasn't even acknowledged as a kid there. It was just only Tasha, Ghost, and Angela. And then Tariq got older and
Yep.
Tariq started catching stray bullets because he couldn't keep doing it to Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
So it
I
will be
think
nice in the
if
Tariq
they
got
could
that.
get her to take a role, I think that's the key part with them is like get her locked down and say, will you be willing to do a show?
Yeah. And honestly though, like shit, hell, she might just get the band back together too. What Brandy and Eve and
And all of them come to power and
yeah,
they were a singing group when she was in Woodsack. And now they beefing, and then Eve character left because she got free, and then Remy Ma came in. Like
that's
it
right.
tells the
I
story
can't
tells
believe
itself.
they recast it in the middle of a season and just canceled the entire show.
Man, they had Brandy out here spitting bars on that show, Joe.
Yeah, no bull, no bull. Hey, who was the was that a what's his name that did all the empires and all that? Was that one of his shows?
Lee Daniels.
Lee
I don't
Daniels.
think that was a Lee Daniels. It could be though, because
That's
it
some
feels
Lee.
like one.
That's some Lee Daniels shit. Like my man, I swear, editing continuity doesn't care about it. The Butler is the
Oh
worst movie
man,
I've ever
Prince
seen.
Rock.
That
I
should have
want
been good.
you ain't getting Latifah on in Ghost, buddy. You just not. Latifah is the equalizer. Like, she
You're right.
ain't doing nothing else. She is the equalizer, Joe. She killing niggas left and right on Equalizer though, but she not coming on Powerpuff Ghost. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, you need somebody to team up with Mary.
The
Maybe
other
Lil
thing is
Kim.
one of these shows need to win something. That's the other thing. Folks also beyond getting the check, folks need to look at like the potential of them being in award season contention. That's always the other big draw for a lot of folks getting some of these big names.
That's it. You're just getting an NAACP award with power. They're not gonna respect it enough because if it was, Patina would have got nominated for Rock already.
Criminal.
Like it's easily she's killing that role completely. But again, it's when you looked at it as a black show, it is really hard to cut through, especially a black drama. It's really, I think, damn, I'm not going to say her name right, and I know I'm not. Please forgive me. Charge it to my mind, not my heart.
Morea.
Taraji. Did I say it right? Taraji.
Yeah.
Great. I did get it right. Great. Taraji was the last one. Didn't she win for Empire? Like,
oh my God, I just thought about that. I don't know if I could say Taraji could be on Force too.
I'm not going to say anything because Taraji could be on Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would not be surprising either at all.
I mean, Mary definitely you're right.
And her relationship with, that would not be surprising at all.
Yeah, Patina has,
and she would be a huge get if you could get again her spinoff of Empire didn't happen and Taraji stayed getting movies, but like
Lee Daniels must be stopped. This dude out here sells more wolf tickets than anybody I know. Yes, I saw the comment about Star. That ain't happening, and they keep saying they're going to do something with that. That ain't happening.
Hey, they want to bring that back so
about
bad.
The Empire spinoff. That ain't happening.
Well, they canceled the Empire spinoff. Yeah, they was like, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, sir.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do because we're done. I'm off the clock. There's interviews on the channel. Y'all here, so y'all got a couple of jobs to do before y'all roll out tonight. Go hit the thumbs up button to ensure that you checked in. It's attendance, okay? So Ayo, Christopher, DeMarcus, Prince, Jaleel, Alexis Brown, Miss Makiva, which I already know you already did. Y'all make sure y'all check in on attendance by hitting the thumbs up because if you don't, then I will have to write that on your progress report this season. Yep. Call you out next live. Shout out to all the non-haters.
Got a couple of no-call, no-shows.
Yeah. Eric. Yeah. Eric suspended us. Yeah. Shout out to all the non-haters that didn't come for Lucas this season. That's a first. Usually it's usually one person, one or two people that just every episode they're gonna have something to say. Shout out to the people that hated me for the first 3 episodes because I couldn't get Maria's name right, but we back, baby. We back, baby.
And Lamont. You and Lamont. It was Maria for the longest time. We did a show. Lamont called her Maria the whole time. And I'm like, man, damn it, am I wrong? This is the first time I ever questioned me being wrong saying a name.
Yeah. Anyway, let me stop rifting. So back to work. Definitely hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, notification bell. I do not believe there's going to be any more content for Force. I mean, if there is anybody I want that y'all want us to reach out to, let us know. Put in the comments right now. People that you will be
try to drop some more interviews just to build up more stuff like that. But again, with Kanan coming right back, like it's hard to do anything. They're gonna flood with Kanan content right now.
Yeah, so y'all, if there's anybody else for Force, y'all let us know. And we can see what we can do. But all roads lead to Kanan. I'm going to tell y'all right now, we got some in-person stuff coming up. I'm not sure about virtually, but we'll do what we do. But there's definitely more interviews coming. And just like last week, how y'all had participation and wanting to know what y'all wanted me to ask Joseph. Let's just keep that whole energy and vibe going for the rest of the season for Kanan. If y'all got interview questions for some of these folks, I will announce who they will be. Y'all let us know what y'all think. We'll keep the engagement going, doing what we do. To everybody that came through this entire season, everybody in the comments, everybody in the live chats, everybody who super chatted, all of that, we just truly appreciate it. The lights, as we always talk about, it helps keeps the light on. The lights have been bright. So we're good. But we still got so much more work to do. But like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but we got some in-person stuff coming. We're gonna have some virtual stuff coming one way or another. And we're just gonna do what we do best. We're gonna have our recaps each and every week. And we're going to, I think, we're going to discuss what we're going to do about the secondary show. But that may change because as things are things have reverted back to normal.
Change back to normal, be interviews instead.
Yeah.
Most likely on these days instead. But we still may try to fit something in because it's always good to communicate and collaborate with amazing power content creators.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I've discovered lots of people this year. Y'all just don't know. I'm not a big talker, or I'm not Mr. Friendly. That's my partner here. And I've got to, like, off of us doing those lives, really hook up with a lot of other channels that I respect. Man, every single one, everybody who we were on with, it was amazing.
Jaleel, I hope you get to interview Wendell Pierce. Me too. Too.
That's one of my dreams, is to interview Wendell Pierce, man.
Did you talk to him the last time we seen him? Didn't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. We saw him.
I'm about to say he's the one who disrespected you, but that was Steve. I always get Steve Harris to make fun of you. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, we met Wendell last year for the last season. Like I told y'all, when y'all see certain people in certain places, like, all right, hold on, wait a minute, what you doing here? And well, here we go. So I would Lily, I would love to talk to her. That would be a good one. Yeah, we'll take a moment and reassess, see what we can do. But I saw a comment. Would it be a premiere? I mean,
just stick to the channel, and you'll see something possibly around the 30th or so.
Yeah, all your other favorite leaking channels will also be there. Not. All right, no, seriously, I'm tired. We gotta wrap it up. All right, before we go, Lucas, one more time. Who does Stacy Marks need to get this season?
Hey, every week, I want Spider-Man. Like, Stacy, if Stacy don't do nothing else, if she do that, I need Stacy to get next year just to come with some bohemian braids. Just something different. Just like, give me something a little different. Some knotless jumps. Something different, Joe. I need this 27 piece to go away. I just need something else. Individuals. You give me a little mystical Bob jump. Something.
Yeah.
Just give Stacy something different. And take her out of them childish ass heels, Joe. At least give her 4-inch heels. That's all I ask.
And follow us on all social media at Big O Belt, because I'm going to tell you, for some of the stuff that's coming up, I'm definitely going to be sharing stuff to Instagram. It's a little bit easier at times. Obviously we'll make sure the YouTube stuff get there, but just keep your eyes peeled as we got some big things coming up. So, and we will, we got the whole season to go. Might have to watch some very soon. Never know.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Lucas, anything you want to say? Stacy.
Hey, just check out the channel for everything that's coming your way. We got rap shit going on with reviews of that, like any other content to go on. It's just not just me and Nigeria's content. It's a multitude of content on Big Gold Belt. Movie reviews, television recaps. Check it all out, man. And until we meet again for our next power show.
How you get a Spider-Man emoji like that? That's cool. See? Shout out to that. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to them. Shout out to the two moderators.
Or bed bug. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. They look like Spider-Man.
Oh man. Anyway, y'all, we appreciate you
got
all.
The bed bug emoji out this jump. He said
we will.
Bras like, I can't sleep over. Why not? Send her bed bug emoji. She'd be like, oh.
Anyway, yo, we appreciate everybody. We will officially see y'all back in 2 weeks. December 1st, you will see episode 1 of that recap review of Raising Kanan. And the day before that, you're gonna see some stuff too, but I ain't going over that no more. Y'all can read between the lines. So until then, appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. See y'all back then.